we will start our core fusion with our warm-up. So we'll start laying on our backs, and what we're going to do is do a little core activation. So you just squeeze your abdominals, pressing your low back into the floor, and then we're going to add in a leg lift. So I'm squeezing my core and I'm straightening my leg out, lifting it up, lowering it back down. And then option 2 is you straighten both legs, lift them up, and set them back down, but always focus on keeping your low back flush with the floor. And we're going to do that for 1 minute. Let me just get a timer set here. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and we're doing our leg lifts. So again, alternating is an option, or both legs at once, nice and slow, and timing your breathing with the movement. So you're breathing out as you lift, breathing in through the nose as you come back down. It's nice and steady. Just 20 more seconds. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Then we'll go into a lying knee hug. Just bring our knees towards our chest, keeping our low back on the ground. So I'm not tucking into a ball. I'm still pushing my butt down. And I can add a little side to side rocking. Should feel nice on the back, and we'll do that for 30 seconds. Good. Okay. And then from there, we will transition into a lying bent knee hamstring stretch. So either plant one of your feet, or you can lay it out, as long as, again, your low back can stay on the floor. And the other leg will come up as straight as you can. Grab behind the leg. So the key thing here is that if I'm bringing my leg closer, my knee's going to start to bend. So find that place where I can have a straight leg, and then let the foot fall, and then extend. And we'll do 30 seconds on each leg. It's nice and slow. Breathe out as you reach your foot to the ceiling, breathing in as it comes back down. And we'll do 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. A little bit longer, and let's switch. So again, one leg straight, or you can plant your foot on the side. Bring your straight leg up as high as you can, grab behind the leg, let the foot fall, and then extend, breathing out. Get it as straight as you can, and then relax. We'll do that 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. A little longer. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to transition to our flying hip crossover. So I'm just going to show it a side angle here. So bring your top leg up so that your knee is at 90 degrees, and rest it on the floor. And then you're going to take this bottom hand, trap the knee, top arm reaches forward, and you're going to breathe out and open up, looking behind yourself and reaching back as far as you can while you keep that knee on the ground. So I'm not lifting it up and going like this. I'm keeping it trapped opening up as far as I can, coming back, breathing in, and we're going to do 30 seconds each side. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1, opening up, pausing a moment, coming back, breathing in. If your knee comes off the ground a little bit, that's okay. Just try and keep that pressure on it. And then we'll switch sides. And we'll continue. 3, 2, 1. Also make sure you give yourself enough room. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Show you the side plank options first. So side plank, we want to be our elbow under our shoulder and our forearm pressed. And we can go from our knees, we can stick one leg out, or we can go from both of our feet stacked, and then you can always add in an arm if you like too. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, we're up. Make sure we're breathing and squeezing our glutes and keeping our core nice and tight. We want to be as straight as we can. We're halfway. Three, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. Slowly sit yourself down. And we'll go for another 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're up. Nice, steady breathing here. Halfway. If you get a little shaky, that's okay. Just don't hold your breath, it's not going to help you. And good. Slowly come down. Now we're going to do isolateral bird dog. So what that means is we're going to start with our left hand and our right leg. We reach out and come back in. And reach out and come back in. We'll do that one side for 30 seconds. And the option to make it harder here is you reach out, touch elbow and knee together, and reach back out. So we'll start with left hand, right foot, in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we reach. Breathing in as we come back. Breathing in as we reach. Breathing in as we come back. Nice and steady. We're halfway. Three, 2, 1. We will switch our limbs. So now it's right hand, left foot. And we'll go in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. Breathing in. And we're halfway. And 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go into the half kneeling open book. So I'll show it from the side view here. So on knee over ankle and knee under hip. I'm going to bring my hands in front of me And I'm gonna open, breathing out as I twist, breathing in as I come back, opening the other way, breathing out, breathing in, and we're gonna do 30 seconds on each knee. And we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Whoop, 30 seconds. Halfway. And 3, 2, 1, let's switch our leg. And continue, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. And add a little pause when you reach back. Just over halfway. And 3, 2, 1. So we're gonna do a 1-minute cross crawl to finish up. The cross crawl is we go hand, hand, and then the option is you make it a little hard. You go elbow to knee, and then you can even go foot and hand, or you can do a combination of all of them together. And you can set a tempo for yourself that works for you. So you can go fast, you can go slow. And we will start that in just a moment here. All right, so when we're ready, 3, 2, 1, 1-minute cross crawl. So halfway. The slower that you do this, the harder it is balance wise, and the faster you go, the more intense it is for your cardio. Just a few more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, let's. All right. So we're gonna do 4 core exercises to start, and I'm gonna break each of them down, and then in the future we're gonna just fire them off back to back to back. But to start, I'll do one, give it its explanation, we'll do it together, do the next one, so on, so on. So you have little breaks, and then down the road we'll just go rapid fire. Okay, so we are going to start with a rotating bird dog or mountain climber. So what that will look like is the first version of it. You're on hands and knees, and I want you to bring your knee towards your elbow as close as you can. So if you can't twist all the way, that's fine. Bring it back, bring it to center, bring it back, and then, sorry, I'll show it from this view, and then I want you to bring your knee out to the side. So it's cross body, center body, and to elbow. And then the progression of this exercise is you're doing it from your toes, bringing your knee in across, bringing your knee in center, bringing your knee out and back. And we'll do 30 seconds with each leg. So you'll do your left leg 30 seconds, and you'll do your right leg. So again, you can do it from your knees. You go cross body, center body, and out, or you do it from your toes. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Short little breaths. Breathing out when you move your leg. For just 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Take a moment. And then we're going to do the other leg. 3, 2, 1. Cross the body, center of the body, out to the side. Ten more seconds. And I'm just gonna come watch you for a moment. 3, 2, 1. All right, so next is a lying hip lift, and I will give an option for this if it's troublesome for anybody. So firmly push your hands into the floor, and I want you to bring your legs up as straight as you can, and you're gonna push your butt off the ground and push down into the floor with your hands. So to make it a little easier, you can also bend at the knee and then just gently rock the knees towards you and lift your butt a little bit off the ground. Or even bend the feet, lift them up, bend the feet and lift them up, keeping that low back press into the floor with your core engaged. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah, we'll give it a try.
Okay. If you have any issues, just let me know. And we're going to do that for just 30 seconds, so it should be short and sweet. So remember, hands firmly pressing into the floor, breathing in as we move. And we'll go up in 3, 2, 1. Option 2. And option 3, touching the floor, bringing them up. Touching the floor, bringing them up just for a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Next is a side crunch. So we have some options for this one as well. So option 1, plant your feet, push your low back into the floor, bring your hands to your ears, and what I want you to do is press your one shoulder into the ground and bring the other one up off the ground. So I'm looking at my ceiling, but I'm bringing my head towards this leg. Pausing a moment, coming back down, up towards the other knee, coming back down. So really nice and slow here. And you should really feel that in one side of your abs when you do so. And breathe out and breathe out. The progression for this one is a bit of a jump, so start small if you need to. You're gonna lay on your side, firmly plant your hand, bring your hand behind your ear. You're gonna bring your knee and your elbow together, but I'm always gonna keep my eyes up. I'm not gonna tuck in, look at my feet. So option 1, you're gonna alternate, and we'll do that for a minute. Option 2, it's 30 seconds on each side, okay? So we'll get started. All right, so 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You start like this. Up, squeeze, back down. Up, squeeze, back down. And we're breathing out as we do so. And then for the progression, if anyone's doing that one, looking up, breathing out as we come together, breathing in as we go back. Okay, so what you can do instead then is hands behind and then just alternate your legs like a bicycle.
Okay.
Good, and then we're at 40-second mark, so if you're doing this version, make sure you switch your side. Otherwise, keep going. Come watch the last little bit here. Good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so then the last one on the block is a bird dog, but with a glute element. So I'll show you guys. So in your bird dog position, so option one is you keep both hands planted. You bring that knee back and you keep it like a 90-degree angle and you pulse, come through and pulse. So the other option is you reach out, come back, reach out, and come back. And what's key here is that I don't want to arch my back to get that leg up. So if my knee only comes to here, that's fine. If I can get it to here, that's good too. I just don't want to do this, right? So option one is just keep both hands. Option two is you add a little reach in there, come back, add a little reach. We'll do 30 seconds each side. Right, when we're ready, 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds on one side. Another element you can add too is you can touch that knee as it comes back. I'm going to watch you guys do this one, so we're 15 seconds. Good, nice and slow, and you should feel a little bit of a squeeze in the glute. You may feel it in your hamstring a bit too, that's fine. 3, 2, 1. We'll switch legs. And 3, 2, 1. Another 30 seconds. Breathing out. So you reach. Halfway. How are we feeling?
Okay.
Feeling okay? And 30 seconds. So we're gonna do a little postural thing to break that up, and then we'll come back, do those 4 again, and we'll just do them in sequence, and we'll just go back to back to back. So we're gonna either do, your option is you're gonna do a 1 minute downward dog or a 1 minute child's pose. So child's pose, let's get your knees fairly wide, and you bring your butt towards your heels, place your hands on the floor, and bring your ears between your arms. And this will feel nice. It's just a nice long stretch. And then the downward dog, start in a plank, a high plank, and you push your hips up towards your ceiling and bring your ears between your arm. And make sure you do not hold your breath in either of these. Nice steady breathing, okay? So we're gonna do that for 1 minute. And we're going up in 3, 2, 1. Or going down, depending on which one you're doing. Nice deep breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Halfway. Those of you doing child's pose, you can bring your right hand over your left wrist. You'll feel a little bit extra stretch down the side. And then 3, 2, 1, bring your left wrist over your right hand and set the stretch to the other side for the last few moments here. 3, 2, 1, slowly come out of it. So we'll go back to the core. We're going to do the rotating bird dog, the hip lift, the side crunch, and then the bird dog glute raise. So 30 seconds for each leg. We'll start with the rotating bird dog or mountain climber. And when we're ready, we'll get going. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. So leg out, leg center, leg across, leg out, leg center, leg across. Breathing short breaths as you move. 10 more seconds for the side. 3, 2, 1. Reset yourself. And then we're going back up in 3, 2, 1. Across, center, outside. Halfway. If you're like me and getting a little shaky, that's okay. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Hip lift. Again, we can use a different option here. You can straighten your legs, keeping your low back flush. Bring your knees towards yourself. Back down, like so, or even tap your heels. Otherwise, we're gonna bring our legs up, lift our butt off the ground, and we'll go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we move away. Halfway. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. So now we're going into the oblique portion. So you do have the option of that side plank, the McGill, the pulse, or laying on your back, bringing elbow to opposite leg, nice and slow, or the full-on side crunch. So we'll start that 30 seconds on each side. 3, 2, 1. We're going. Breathing out as we use the muscle to move our body. Breathing in as we return to the starting position. And we're halfway. Three, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. And we'll continue. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds. Again, remembering to breathe. When it starts to get hard, we really have to focus on that breath. We don't want to make it harder for ourselves. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Oh. All right. And then we are back to the bird dog with the glute raise. So when we're ready, get on all fours. And we will do one leg for 30 seconds, and then we'll do the other leg for 30 seconds. So I'm starting with my right one. In 3, 2, 1. Lifting, coming back, lifting, coming back. We can reach and touch. Breathing out as we reach. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch our legs. And we'll keep going. 3, 2, 1. Lifting. Pushing our heel to the ceiling. Breathing in as we do so. And adding in a reaching element. And adding in a reach and touch. Make sure we're breathing, make sure we're not arching our back. Good, I'm just gonna watch the last few seconds of you guys. Oh. Okay, good, I thought it kicked me out. And it's done. So let's start our 1 minute child's pose, 1 minute downward dog. And we will get ourselves set up So either way, starting table, child's pose, hips back, arms forward, pushing our ears down, and downward dog, high plank, push our butt back, and we'll go in 3, 2, 1, 1 minute, starts. Nice deep breaths here, through the nose, out through the mouth. For those of you in child's pose, I want you to take your right wrist and bring it across your left one, keeping everything else in place, so you're switching the stretch to one side. And then bringing the left wrist to the right side, switching the stretch over. Breathing nice and deep here. Doing our back and our big back muscles a favor. And then come back to center with both hands. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ease out of the stretch. Alright, so now we're going to do some mobility work here. So similar to before, I'm going to break them all down as we go. So we're going to start with a lying hip crossover with a straight leg pulse. So I will show you what that looks like. So the lying hip crossover with the straight leg pulse, we'll just start with that one. So I'll get everybody laying on their side, bringing that knee up, trapping it on the floor, and then we'll straighten it out, lifting the knee off, pressing the foot in the floor, opening up, coming back, bringing the knee back down, opening up, and coming back. And we'll do that for 30 seconds each leg. I'll start the timer. I'll let you guys get comfortable. And 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Halfway. Three, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. And we'll continue. 3, 2, 1. Reaching back. Straightening our leg, lifting the knee off, and reaching back. Halfway. And 3, 2, 1. Try something a little different. So what you'll do is I want you to lay down and rest your forehead on the ground, and I want you to bring your arms behind your back and interlace your fingers like so. And what you're going to do is, to start, you can just try and just lifting your hands off your butt. And you can do it in pulses. So for me, I'm pretty tight in my shoulders. It's tough. So I'm just going to lift 3, 2, 1 and set it back down. And then option 2 is you're lifting it off and you're lifting your chest off the ground and your toes. 3, 2, 1, and then come back down. 3, 2, 1, and come back down. And we'll do that for 30 seconds. Nice and steady. And even if you can't lift your hands off, just holding this position and tucking your shoulders back is good for you. So even if that's what you're at, that's totally fine. And we'll go 3, 2, 1. Lifting. Coming back down. Lifting. Coming back down. Lifting. Breathing out as you do so, coming back down. And if you need a break from that one, that's totally fine. I do. Like I said, I have tight shoulders. I'm just going to relax for a moment and just feel the stretch in the front. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to lift and come back down. And just a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to do cat camel. I think everybody is a little familiar with this one. There's some version of it. So make yourself like a table. So my knees under my hips and my wrists under my shoulders. And I'm going to push my upper back towards the ceiling and look at the floor. Breathing out and then breathe in and push my chest to the floor. So for some people, if doing the cat, or sorry, I guess this would be the camel, see how much I'm arching my low back? If that isn't right for you, keep it straight and then just push your chest towards the floor like this, right? So there's this version and there's this version. So it's arching the back and then pushing it forward, your chest towards the floor. And if you're okay with it, you can add in that arch of the low back. And we're going to do that for 30 seconds, nice and slow. And sorry, just trying to get the timer here. I'll let you guys start in 3, 2, 1. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Halfway. Should feel like a nice little massage for your back. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. So now we're going to do a stretch for our adductors here. So I want you to try and get a nice wide stance. So I call this like a triangle stance. And then I'm going to shift this foot this way. So now my toe is pointing towards the wall. And I'm just going to shift my weight ever so slightly to the point that only my knee is just coming over my ankle. So I'm not going any further than that. And I want to keep this leg nice and straight. And I'm feeling the stretch all the way through here. And your option here is you can stay in this for the whole 30 seconds or you can pulse. So come down, 3, 2, 1. Come back up, or if you're comfortable with it, just sit in it for 30 seconds. So with me, we're gonna go 3, 2, 1. And if you're pulsing, make sure you're breathing in as you come back up, and breathing in as you come down. If you're holding it, just nice steady breath the whole time. And keep that nice tall posture. I'm looking down at the timer, but I want you looking straight ahead. Keeping your chest up, not leaning over top of your legs. A few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ease out of it. Point the toe back towards the wall again, and now point the other toe at a wall. And we're going to shift right into it. 3, 2, 1. Shifting down for 30 seconds, or we're pulsing, coming up nice and slow. Breathing out as we come back down. Or just staying in it for another 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Ease out of it. Good. Okay, so we're going to do one more child's pose. And then we're going to do that mobility work again, and then that will be the closer for today. So, set ourselves up for the child's pose, do the downward dog. And when we're ready, we will go into it in 3, 2, 1. High plank, downward dog, if that is your preference. Letting your heels rest, pushing your hips towards the ceiling. Otherwise, for our child's pose, I want you to bring your right wrist across your left wrist, keeping everything else in place so you can send that stretch down one side. Halfway. And now I want you to take your left wrist and bring it across your right side. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. Start with our hip crossover. We'll do 30 seconds each side. Start with the bent knee. And we'll go 30 seconds each leg. 3, 2, 1. Breathing out as we open. Breathing in as we come back. Straighten the leg. Open. And 3, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. Bring that knee up. And 3, 2, 1. Opening. Breathing out. Breathing in, coming back. Straighten that leg. Opening up. Oh, it's a good stretch. Right through my hip. Opening up. Just over halfway. Get a few more in. And 3, 2, 1. Now we'll lay on our stomachs. So again, option 1 is just hands behind the back, even just lifting our shoulders back. If that's good enough of a stretch for you, that's perfect. Otherwise, add in the little lift, and then the full extent is lifting and pulling everything back. We'll go up in 3, 2, 1. Time to stretch our shoulders. So if you're like me and they're really tight and they get a little tired of the big stretches, you can just hang out and just pull them back for 30 seconds. Loosen up a little bit of that pec muscle area. Especially if you've been sitting lots, it can get really tight through the front. Good, and relax, let the shoulders relax, and then take your arms back and push yourself up into a cat camel position. So my wrists are under my shoulders and my knees are under my hips. And when we're ready, we will go for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Pushing our upper back towards the ceiling. Pushing our chest towards the floor. And if we're okay with it, letting our low back arch a little bit. Breathing out. Breathing in. Three, 2, 1. All right, last one. We'll come to standing. Get in a nice wide stance. Point our toe towards the wall, keeping this leg nice and straight. We're going to sink into it. Remember, you can pulse or you can stay with it for 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sinking in. Feeling that stretch down the inside of the thigh. Keeping our chest up, eyes forward. You can tuck your chin a little bit. Good postural position for yourself. We're halfway. If we're pulsing, we're breathing out as we sink in, breathing in as we come up. 3, 2, 1, slowly come up. Point both toes towards the wall. Now point this toe out. And we're going to sink in. 3, 2, 1, sinking in. And pulse option stays. Ooh. The goal of having the nice tall posture too is that we're keeping our hips open towards the wall. If we lean or slouch around it, we're not going to get the proper full stretch. So we're at the halfway point. You can even place a hand on your knee if you want, help keep it out and opening the hips. Just very gently though, I'm not forcefully pushing on it, I'm just resting a little bit of pressure. 3, 2, 1, slowly come back out. Point both toes straight and then you can bring your feet together. And that is our core fusion for today.